All right, so we've finished making the rosary here, and as we started with this bead right here, and then we worked down this side and made 3 decades. We worked down this side and made 2, and now we have all 5 decades. The next thing we need to do is to join all this together and then continue on with our beads and with our cross. So we're going to do that next. I'm going to show you how to join these together. We're going to do it from a different angle so you can see what I'm looking at and so that it makes more sense to you. We're going to join these together, and then we're going to finish off our rosary with a cross or a crucifix. So let's do that. Okay, so we've finished our 5 decades of this neon yellow rosary we've been working on. And so now we're going to go ahead and join these pieces together. So if you remember, we started with this bead and we worked down this side and made 3 decades we have there. And then we turned it around and worked down this side and made 2 decades that we have here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to join this together to make the centerpiece. We do have other videos on our course that show how this joint works, but you'll notice that in my left hand, again, I'm taking the inactive part of the rosary and just holding it there, and I'm using my thumb to give me some space. And as opposed to most of the time when we're making the knots, we take one piece across, one piece of the twine. We're going to take both of them across that groove. I'm going to come back around and make my first pass and then second pass. Now, what makes this a little bit different is I'm taking both pieces of twine through the knot now. So as opposed to the one that we were doing with all of the other knots, when we come to the centerpiece, it's the exact same knot, except we pass both pieces of twine through the knot. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get the second piece through there, so you may push it up against the knot and then slide the knot back until it comes out on that side. Then push the whole thing forward and then pull it all through. And then that gives us our centerpiece. So I'm going to slide that off the tool like so. I'm going to tighten that up real tight. So there's our centerpiece. Like I said, we have another video that shows how to do that. It's the video on joining different colored pieces together as well as making the centerpiece. It shows it maybe a little bit better because they're different types of twine. So you can see how it's wrapped and how they move through there. But that's how we do it. We move and make the same knot, 2 wraps, the same thing, except we take both pieces of twine through. Now I have extra here. This is a short extra piece. So we're going to go ahead and cut that off. Throw that away. And I'm going to melt that down. And that's all nice and sealed up. It's not going to come unraveled. It's not going to catch anything. It's nice and smooth. So now I'm going to continue making beads. I'm going to go back to making an Our Father. So this would be the Our Father that you would pray on for the first mystery. So we'll pray, remove that one there. And then we're going to have our 3 Hail Marys. Sometimes we pray on those for the Pope, or we pray for increase in vocations to faith, or increase in faith, hope, and love, the virtues. So we'll make these 3 knots here. So now we have an Our Father and 3 Hail Marys right below our centerpiece there. So I'm going to make another Our Father. And so at this point, if I were to add a crucifix, this is where I would do it. I would add the crucifix. Basically, all I'm doing is taking it through the crucifix or the metal, whatever I'm using, and passing it back into the knot and back through the knot. And we have other videos that show exactly how to do that, but this is where I would do that. But on this one, I'm going to make a twine cross. I'm going to show you how to make the twine cross. So we're going to tighten that up. So now we have an Our Father, 3 Hail Marys, and another Our Father. So I'm going to make another Our Father sized bead, and this is going to be the top of the cross. So 4 wraps is going to be the top of the cross. So we're looking at something like that. So here's the centerpiece, Our Father, 3 Hail Marys, and Our Father, and this is the top of the cross. So directly below that, and I try to get it as tight to this last bead I made as possible, I make the bottom of the cross. And for that one, I use 7 wraps. It reminds me of the 7 sorrows, the 7 last words. Just a little mental meditation there while I'm making it. And so I pull that. You'll notice that to make the cross, I try to keep everything tight towards the center, right? My life is centered on the cross. The cross has to be the center. Everything's moving towards the center. Something to keep in mind. So I'm going to pull it away, but then I'm always going to pull it back. So I'm going to keep doing that until I get a good, strong knot at the bottom. You can see how strong that is. It's not weak. It's not wimpy. It's not falling over. Good and solid. You'll also notice that I have a very small gap here. Actually, it's just exactly the size that I need for the twine to go there. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to tape it fairly close to the bottom of this cross. I'm going to roll that around like I normally do. Then I'm going to cut that off. I just have a little bit there. You can see that little frayed piece there. And I'm going to melt that down. So we're going to roll that around so nothing catches. And so now I have almost everything done. I just need the arms of the cross. And so we have that small space there. And I'm going to take this extra piece of twine that I have. I'm going to place it right underneath that short spot. Okay. And then I'm going to just make an overhand knot. And I'm going to tighten that up as tight as I can. So you have something that looks like this. Just an overhand knot in between those 2 beads. And so then I'm going to work on the arms of the cross. And so for the arms of the cross, I make 3 wraps just to make them just a little bit smaller. And I pull it away, work it towards the center, pull it away, work it towards the center. A good, strong arm there on the cross. And we'll do the other side. Again, 3 wraps. Pull it tight, and then I'm going to work this knot away from the center, back towards the center, pulling it away and back until I get a good, tight cross. Right, and that's the key, is working them towards the center, always towards the center, and trying to make that cross as strong and as tight as possible. So I'm going to cut off this excess like this. Then I'm going to melt these ends here. Same thing on the other side. And then we're finished with this neon yellow twine rosary. So that's what it looks like when we're done, after we've already cut all of the twine, we've made all the beads, we've joined the center, we've made some more beads, we've made the cross. This is what we have. This number 36 twine nylon cross or rosary, I'm sorry. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure to check out the other videos on different products that you might want to try to make, different crafts. Contact me if you have any questions. If you need any more help, I'm here to help you. Please check out all of our stuff on Real Life Rosary, www.realliferosary.com. Make sure to watch the rest of the videos on this rosary making course. Thanks again. God bless you. Bye.